So, hello, how you doing? Here it's a lead sound. Watch. How did it change? How did I get it so that I could play? Not only that, I can play that lead sound on the other side of my chord. And then there's other stuff going on down there too. How did I do that? Well, it's because of a new MIDI effect that's included in Unify 2.01. It's called NoteMate. Look at this. And it gives you the ability to set up so that you play one note, it's playing out one MIDI channel, 2, 3, 4, and then anything above that is all routed to MIDI channel 5, which, as you can see, MIDI channel 5 is right here. So it's a really unique thing. It's note management of sending out the notes to out MIDI channels. And the cool thing with this is if I wanted to, I could go back to this guy and I could say, here's a tab, and let's have this tab be so it says all voices, even here. So we say all voices in this middle range, and let's have it just play everybody, the strings and the lead sound and all this stuff. So now when I play a note, and I can have another tab where it's doing, let's say, random. So let's say random, it's got all these guys turned on, and each time I play a note, it's going to randomly choose between all these different sounds that are set to different MIDI channels. So this is new effects that are included for free with Unify 2.01. We also did some really cool things in this update. We took the StepSequencer a step farther into being like a modular system capable. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So if we go over here and we say BP, actually do this. If you go search by 2.01, after you've installed this little free update, you go to the website, log in. The My Account page is what shows up. And for Unify 2, at the end of the list, the last thing, it says bonus 8 patches. So you just drag this over the interface of Unify. You say, OK. And now for the Unify standard library, you can search 2.01 and you'll find 8 patches. There are 6 that are dedicated to different ways of using NoteMate. Here's another kind of fun way. This is, let's see, the groove selector. Check this out. Play one note, one groove. Play another note, it's another groove. I don't even have to play it at the right time because they're all listening to one clock. Whenever I join in, they all join in. So I can switch up my grooves just by the notes that I play. So you could have fills, you could have all sorts of variations on a theme of grooves because Unify does so much with grooves. And again, we have tabs. And I've set up 10 different tabs. And I even have a selector here that I can use if we move this over to the side so you can see this while this is up here at the top of the screen. I have this off screen just a little bit, like to right there. As I move this, it cycles between all these tabs. And I could say, here's the whole groove on one note. Here's these groove mixes. So when I play one note, and it doesn't change until I play new notes. So I can go over and go like, oh, I want different groove. Now it's random. Each time I play a note, it's going to be one of those 5 grooves. I don't know which one it's going to be. So for DJing and doing mix-up of rhythms and all that kind of stuff, it's really fun. And you can't play out of time because it's all listening to one clock. It all is working really well together. So that is another example of what you can do. And there's so many examples. I'll make a separate video on how to program and set it up. This video really isn't for that. We're going to go down the list of all the things updated, but I want to show you real quickly StepSequencer. This is so cool. So cool. So I've wanted since 5 years ago when Unify came out, I wanted to be able to make my own patterns inside of Unify, and I wanted to be able to play without me having to like control it so that I could have things just doing free whatever I want that I could jam with. And just because Unify is a place for all your plugins to play with them, get them to do all sorts of cool things. Layers, 6 layers of serum if you want. You can go crazy. There's just no limit to what you can think up and do. And this was one of those things that was kind of a limit. But now, watch this. Over here on the step sequencers, inside of this Unify 2 layer, look at this. This one Unify layer has 4 patches. They all have step sequencers set up, and they all have the use MIDI in turned off. So it's triggering a note instead. That way, it's no longer listening to what happens on the keyboard. So if I close this, I have a really cool pad. And then when I turn on the step sequencer, it starts to play this. Those 4 layers, and they're ignoring me. They're listening to the clock, but they're ignoring. So I can play any notes I want. And I can have drums start from the metronome. I can have the rain come up, become a rhythm. I can add synth pulses, and I can even put a split. So instead of a pad in the left hand, it's a bass. I can turn off the drums. They stop on the downbeat. So I can stop them ahead of time in that window of 1 measure. I can open this up. I can turn on layers inside of the metronome. Mod wheel. Start the drums. 1, 2. So you can jam and create little motifs. So much of today's music has all sorts of really cool little repeated patterns and stuff going on inside of it. It just really opens up all sorts of really cool doors, because now you can have this Unify layer that's playing as many layers of things that you have step sequencers attached to, doing your modular system. And then on the keyboard, you can do anything you want. There's one more patch that I made as like a starter. It's got a piano and a pad. And then it's got the sequencer right here. And all I gotta do is open this Unify layer, go to the step sequencer, click. Change the notes to whatever you want it to be. And that's your motif. Say duplicate. Let's have this have a different pattern. So you can hold down the shift, and that makes this like a paintbrush. So you just like, you know, I'm not thinking about what I'm doing, so it's not going to sound right, but get the idea. I could say, oh, I want this to be the second sound. And if I was really smart, I don't have a controller set up right now, but I'd have controllers so I could turn things on and off with little switches, because these are listening to, you can go MIDI learn and assign these to be on hardware controllers and stuff like that. But I would be able to set it up, and I could set it to it's playing Serum, it's playing Omnisphere, it's playing all my favorite synths, doing little motif parts while then I'm able to jam. As you see, I've got the on and off switches for piano, so I can turn on the piano and turn off the pad. Right? Turn back on the pad. Now it's there. And it's only there when you play new notes. It's just, the way Unify works is just beautiful. We love it. We love it. So in this update, let me go down the list really quick with you guys. The macro control toggles in the previous versions, they were not hitting 0 and max. They were like at points in between, like 0.25% and 0.75%. So it made it really hard to like do fine tune. We're releasing a library right now at the same time called Ice Dreams. And I'll show you something. For example, where's Ice Dreams? Right here. There's all these really, really cool jingle bells, sleigh bells. And I have them doing really cool crescendo things, and they're mapped to pitch. So and then when you turn off tracking, it's off and it's playing the original pitch of the sample on every key. So if you want, you can have it like this and set however you want. Or you can have it tracked to pitch. And to do that, you have to have these sets that they do different pitches. And the min-max on the toggle would stop right here. And it would stop right here in the previous version. So it was really hard to try to figure out what the exact pitch was that you want. Right? Because you can make it anything in between, and it's just a nightmare. So now it works as it's expected to work. So that's a lovely thing to all updated. It's all Paul. I can't fix any of the software because I don't write the code, but I'm good at finding the bugs and coming up with ideas of things to add to Unify. We also now have the ability in this list, if you see down here towards the end, there's a really cool thing here. Macro LFO's running status is now preserved with the patch, which means if you have knobs on and they're doing different things, and then you save this patch, let's go save, and let's save it to the user library just as a test, and we'll say test. Save as, save. When I go to this and I call it up again, it's going to now remember that those were automating and they're still automating. So that's really cool because now you can set up knobs to be changing parameters and effects and so forth. And if you save them with these turned on for the automation for rerunning, it will continue to run. It's really cool. Some optimization things, combo box. We did a little cleanup for like instances of things on combo box. The metronome starts and stops on bar boundaries. There's new controls for metronome, transport start and stop, including transport stop and stop with rewind, which is important. If we go to these sequence patches that I was showing you, standard, just go 2.01 for searching. There it is. So with these, when you hit start and then stop, when you hit start again, you want it to start at the beginning again. You don't want to have to hit. For a while, I had to have a rewind switch, and I'd have to rewind it, and then, but now because of the start, stop, and rewind, now when you hit stop, it's always on the downbeat. Also fixed is that the metronome, let's see, let's change this here to our manual quick stop. So when I play a note, it starts and stops. It was with the metronome for the drums, the kick drums and stuff. The click plugin would be on the beat every time you played a note, but MIDI box and things like that were inside of the metronome, they wouldn't start every time you played. Now they do, so that's a lovely thing. You too, call up one of these really big grooves, and now even this will start and stop. Whatever it is, it will start and stop. So things like that have been fixed and cleaned up, which is lovely. Also, let's see, click box metronome, fix the downbeat where it didn't always play, right? We talked about that. Global volume, if you double click, it resets now as it's supposed to. Metronome UI scaling, this is pretty cool. If you open up the metronome, it now matches the size of the interface that you currently have for Unify. So it fits right in there and looks really good. So that's been updated to do that instead of being at some weird arbitrary sizes and so forth like that, right? So lots of nice little things in this update. It's a free update if you own Unify. If you don't, it's never too late to get in the water. We're not going to pull the rug out from under you and super discount our plugins like so many companies do. We don't do that with our software. So Unify's price is the price it's going to be. And we're not going to do super discounts, big stuff like that. So you can buy with confidence knowing that it's the best price. It's the best price for so much stuff you can do with this plugin. It's really, really cool. Read the document. That's included inside of the updater if you would like. Make sure you get the 8 bonus patches for the update and have fun. It's really now getting to where there's some really cool creative places you can go with the NoteMate for doing things. And again, I'll do a video on NoteMate to explain more of the details because there's a lot of stuff going on in there. All right, so thank you for your support. We appreciate all of you. We hope you're having a great Christmas holiday time, great winter, and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, there's still more stuff we want to do. So we're just getting warmed up. There's more things coming for Unify. Wait until you see. Thank you all for your support. See you in the next video, okay?